Hi, hello, my lovely. My name is Julia, and I could be your erotic photographer. You know, this phrase is so deep and how to say powerful to me because it took me years, seriously, years to actually be able to say that I am an erotic photographer. Not boudoir, not glamour, not photographer for adults, not just a photographer. To say that I am erotic photographer with confidence. Okay, so this is something what I want you to consider when you are students and learning adult photography. What kind of photographer are you? And write me after this video, okay? What kind of photographer are you? The reason why I said erotic, I can tell you because I did a lot of types of erotic photography and I've tried everything. What's surprising thing about this keyword erotic photographer? I just got eroticphotographer.co.uk a year ago, domain for my website, one of the website, okay? Why I got it? Because it was available. Because no one fucking wants to be an erotic photographer, you know? Boudoir, you cannot find it, okay? Erotic photographer is too much, is too risky, you know? You understand? People are scared. People are scared to use the word erotic. There are many reasons for that. The marketing is limited, okay? If you name yourself or post erotic word, and all social media robots will block you from the search and in general will block you, will eliminate you, okay? From any social media and stuff. You try to write erotic, sexy, porn, I don't know, BDSM, fetish words, and you will see for yourself. Okay, if you use these specific particular words, for example, in IG, Instagram, okay, and you will search for the hashtags, there are ways to go around it. Later on I found out, but at the beginning they were allowing, and then after they start limited, and all the artwork which I've posted and had this hashtag attached to those images broke my account and broke my link. And this account, which imagine you've created an account and you posted hundreds of posts and you put the work in there, and just because you have this banned hashtag which they approved like last year or whatever, your account will go down the toilet. Okay, so that is a very good marketing tip for you to understand what words to use, what not to, and check for yourself what are banned hashtags if you are in the adult business. Okay, this lesson I would like to start with congratulations to my new student Steve, and he was chatting with me and put me on this idea to talk to you about the cherries on the cake. What that means, cherries on the cake? That means a very special, a very unique photo shoot. By this day, everyone is asking me, oh, so which project was the wow, the biggest and stuff. And I always say I have not shot one yet. Okay. The reason why I say this, because I have very high expectations, okay, to myself. Okay. So everything I done now, it's okay for me, right? For other photographers, they would dream about it. They will kill for it, And if I speak, for example, with some men, they will say, yeah, it's fine, everything is fine. But I wish to have such a naughty, such a, perverty, such a dirty, such a sexy, such a this like project shoot, whatever. I wish. They just dreaming about, and I'm getting them. And I even rejecting now majority of them. Okay. The reasons why I'm rejected because I tired to work for a lower pay. Okay, so I put myself higher. Okay, and that's how it goes. The more you work, the more you value yourself. Where is the problem is that you need to update your the way you look, okay, your presentation, to the point that you can value, uh, how to say, that they will get the value, that they would understand, your client will see the value, okay, enough value. So that's another work which everyone will go through, and we will speak about that later. But coming back to the cherry on the cake, I did already have cherries. And one of the cherries, which are kind of like a destiny cherry, I would like to share. Okay, so there was a movie filmed here in London, and uh, as every movie has different actors participating, one Hollywood actor was here in London shooting a certain movie. This movie arrived to cinemas 2 years ago, so I had to shoot maybe 4 years ago, whatever, right? So what happened was, let me tell you from the start. In a very early age, like maybe I was a teen, I saw my first ever scary horror movie. Okay, I was invited to my family, they lived in the neighborhood house, and there were my cousins there, and they invited me to watch this movie. And this actor I've seen there in the movie. I just watched one horror movie in my life. I mean, maybe I watched later, but I have not watched since, like, I don't know, maybe for 20 years or so. I can tell you on my hands, I didn't watch many horror movies. So imagine how much it's scary for me it was, that I remember I was afraid to go back home. I was afraid to sleep. It was such a strong impact to my mind that this person, that evil person which was in that movie, stuck with me, with my childhood, let me say like this, right? And so I know, okay? And imagine, to my surprise, I am receiving an email from the guy, and he's saying that I am in London at the moment, and I found your website, and I would like to have a shoot with you. And this is my purchase from my previous shoot in the studio. And I'm looking at those pictures, and I am fucking terrified. This is that guy, you know? I thought someone is making a joke on me, But I thought, why is this, how is this possible? And so I was just writing him back and saying, okay, let's have a phone conversation, call me. And he called me. Actually, we spoke twice with him. Okay. We spoke twice. He sounded absolutely American, very nice guy and stuff. And I was asking him to meet and discuss the shoot in a public place. And he would always say, no, let me come to your studio. I'm finishing like shooting at that time. And always he suggested this late time, that he will come to the studio. Like, I'm finishing filming at this time, I can come at 9 o'clock in the evening or something. I am just thinking, he cannot see me in the public. I would go in any place. It's just something is not right there. Okay. So I was absolutely scared and paranoid already. Okay. Till I met one of my friends for lunch, and I just mentioned this because I remember the second chat, and I just thought, fuck him. If he doesn't want to go forward, I mean, he wants to come and have a shoot, but he doesn't want to meet anywhere neutral, okay, in a public place where I would not be terrified, because I was scared. Okay, I was scared to have this killer, in my studio. I was scared to meet him anyway. So I wanted these people around me, and I don't have my bodyguards, to bring in. So I was terrified. And then she said, "Are you stupid?" She says, "This is a very famous actor." And she says, "And this is the email. Let's go and check his email." And she says, like, this is his email, just copy his name into the Google and you will see. And then She put me on this. That's how stupid I was. Okay, 4 years ago, I couldn't even Google his email and his name. And so yes, I see this as a famous actor and stuff, and then I'm texting him and saying that, okay, I did my homework, you can come to my studio. Okay. And I've invited to my studio. Right. And he was in a serious track, and he was like a stuntman, and he was like an action man, and he was a big guy. Okay. Big guy. And I, till the last moment, I did not believe. I thought someone is making a joke. Okay. So my website was made by some English guy, but then I put my spin on it, and I write a lot of text. And as you know how I'm writing, okay, I can do a lot of typo mistakes, and in general, I don't see them. Okay, till I read it 3 times, or 4 times, then I will see them that they are there. I kind of more relate to the feeling and to the emotion, and some people need to read between the lines sometimes to understand the creative person, artist like me. And I was surprised that this is all, which is like, how to say, was there, did not put him off. And I said, like, have you not read my website? It looked like awful with mistakes and stuff. And he laughed at me and he said, no, but your images look, up my street. And he arrived to the studio. And the first thing what he did is ask me, is it okay to undress? And I said, yeah, sure, we're going to be shooting nude art, of course it is okay to undress. And so, you know what I did? I've invited a model. Okay. I've invited a model to join him because I was a little bit intimidated or not sure how to feel, and how to do everything. Okay. So I've invited model, and model was a little bit late. So I would like to tell you, stop the story, and I would like to tell you about your clients who you're going to see when you will shoot or you will create erotic content. So my clients, okay, I'll tell you maybe about my clients more. They are more, how to say, nudist, naturalist, or exhibitionist in one or the other way somehow. Maybe they even not aware of this, right? And of course, there is a very big part of patients who are suffering in one way or the other related with this kind of nudity or undressing, issues, or with their body issues, or with acceptance issues, or with psychological issues, physical. There are so many issues, okay? So the naturists, how to say, they are more related to the nature, and they accept themselves non in the sexual way, okay, non in the sexual way. And they like part of the world because we've been born nude, and every, how to say, part of us is, how to say, part of this earth, okay? We are eating, we are becoming something what we're consuming, and that's how we decay, we go back to earth. So it's one way to look and accept that person. There is nudists who I love to go to nudist plage, to beach. This is something what I always, how to say, was fascinated about those places where you can go on the beach and everyone is undressed and everyone is enjoying that freedom, For me personally, to go undress and go into the sea without a bikini and just feel, that you are collide with the water, with the nature, was like the highest power, okay? And these people, which I'm talking about, they present themselves with the energy, okay? They are proud, they are cool with their bodies, they're very, how to say, relaxed, okay? And they would make you the same, comfortable and relaxed, okay? They would not make it such sexual, They know that they've been born into this body, okay? And they know that they own it, okay, and they're proud of it, okay, and they want to use it. And the photography is one of the medias when they can express themselves without the clothes, yeah, undress and analyze, record this event and record all these moments, because the body is getting older, okay, body is getting older, the skin is getting more wrinklier. What great is about the men's body, that the cock is not aging very quickly, okay. So when you shoot, for example, erotic and explicit scenes, and when they are really close up, okay, you cannot tell by the cock, you know, what age is your client's, okay. And so you would notice for yourself, okay, that the cock, even if he's 50, 60, if he looked after himself really well, okay, would look good, okay. So that's why people would come to have a photo shoot for that booster, for that reassurance, for that proof, you know, that they are still young, that they are still can, and it works, and absolutely works. You giving that dopamine dose right here, right now, okay, and it fixates in their mind and in their brain, okay. And there is then the last part of people which I wanted to mention is exhibitionists. They are quite a tricky, I would say, catalog. Okay, why I say catalog? Because there is more than few folders in there. There are people who are, how to say, enjoying, and they getting pleasure when they being watched. Okay, they being watched, but the watcher doesn't feel uncomfortable watching them. Okay, there are pathological catalogs, okay, which will create the situation, okay, will stage the situation, which will scare you, frighten you, and feel disgusted, uncomfortable with their nudity. You would feel, how to say, maybe forced, okay, maybe, how to say, it will be in the air, okay. These people would like to create this emotion with you, okay. Is very vampirical, you know. The reason why they create this moment, or why they flash, okay, this is the flashers, okay, why they create this is because of they feeding their energy, and they getting turned on from it. And I actually had many encounters with this type of catalog, okay. And when I was younger, when I was a child, I get to see a lot of people with the codes, the guys with the codes. I even developed a paranoia, okay. When I see the code guy, I would go far away. But there are a lot of moments when I was really young, and even a small kid, for example, walking a dog near the river, okay, they would be on the other side, you know, trying to get your attention. They will call and they will flash, you know. Or on the bus stop, okay, when you're sitting and waiting the bus, the guy will just come and take that moment, okay, and distract you and scare you. There are a lot of guys on the bus, okay, when they will open their coat and they will be standing in front of you till you will notice that this is something wrong hanging there, and that, you know, this thing. So I had a lot of moments like that. The reason why I had this, because I think I had little bit of exhibitionism flavor in my personality. The reason for that is because I get excited when I think of the idea that having outdoor sex, okay, and it's not that I want someone to watch me. The idea that someone could be trespassing, or somehow, you know, you are doing it and not in a public place, and it's not allowed. It's the idea that it turns me on, and there are a lot of people who will relate, okay. This group and these videos and these sessions will help you to open up and discuss, and how to say, maybe imagine different kind of situation you can remember yourself, or maybe you can relate to anything, right? But the reason why I'm making this, just because everyone needs to open up and someone needs to start, and the bravest will go ahead, and that's me. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So this person who visited my studio was a celebrity, was a movie star, was a Hollywood movie star, and I worked with him for numerous occasions. It was not one-off. Okay, he so enjoyed that he invited me to LA and whatever, and we become a very good friends. Okay. But what I'm trying to say that he is a mixture of nudist and exhibitionist, okay? But he would never create an uncomfortable vibe, you know, that you will be uncomfortable with his nudity. And so my idea that I introduced models to him was exciting for him. The reason why I did that because I didn't want us to stay alone with such a big personality. Okay, it's not that I was scared, it's just because I was not confident. Okay, I just was not confident. Can I pull this gig and can I maneuver, okay, by myself? I wasn't sure, but I knew that if I get someone on there, I would have enough ideas, enough scenarios to shoot, and that we can, how to say, fulfill each other's expectation and needs. I can tell you how much happy I was when I realized that I shot my first big celebrity. Oh, you would not imagine what Julia did. Okay. So the guy said, "Can I undress now?" And I said, "Yes." And he undressed and he went and he says, "I need to do some push ups and pump my body, you know?" And I said, "Okay." And he went on the stage in the studio and he went on the floor and he started doing, how to say, push ups, no? And I'm looking at this guy, you know, and I thought, this is the moment when I cannot hold on, you know, anymore. So I left the studio, went downstairs, and I was like, thank you, God. It's like that, thank you, God. I finished this kind of like emotional meditation or whatever it was, and then come back to the studio, all cool, and we did the shoot. Okay. The reason why I'm telling you this and saying that this is a cherry on the cake because I did an experiment, okay, and I've invited two different category models, okay, to participate in the shoot. And because he was arriving very late, we shot between 9 to whatever, 12, 1 p.m., okay, imagine. And so I had two sessions and I allowed my models to stay, okay, after every session. And what happened was that every model had the same dream and told me the same thing. Can you imagine? So one model was in her 20s and another model was in her 30s. Both models were single, both were semi-professional in modeling, okay? And so we had different kind of like romantic and erotic scenarios in the studio, shot on the camera and on the film. Also, we had some kind of like a role play games, right? And I was testing many things in there. You know, he was just really like like a canvas, like a clay. Okay, it was so easy to work with. He never said anything that, you know, he wants or I should do, you know. He just let me create and be myself in the studio and do everything what I want. Okay. And so I did. And so I did. But what can I tell you? Because he was a personality, he had enormous charisma. He magnified the atmosphere. He, you know, hypnotized those two girls, okay, that they were like willing to sleep with him. Okay, that how much, okay, so they both were ready to have sex. Okay. We didn't cross that boundary and we have not done anything, okay? But that was so close. And I could see, okay, but at that time and at that moment, it wasn't in my project and it wasn't in my scenarios, okay, and so we didn't. But if I would allow one part or the other, there was no doubt that they would do it by their own will, okay? Not for money, but by their own will. The girls was so turned on by him. I don't know, maybe the celebrity factor does have this, comes into, maybe it does, okay? But he was powerful. Okay, so when you have a real model like that, you can create an amazing stuff. Okay, amazing stuff. Yeah, and I will post some pictures to show you what kind of things we created actually, you know. Of course, identity. I never disclose my identity. I always crop the images, and he has some birthmarks that need to be removed, and I did that before uh, I could publish, you know, this work. But what I'm saying is, when you have such a big personality, big figure in your studio, okay, you would have a great time. Okay, it's just easy to work with professionals. I mean, you close your eyes and you just shoot. That's how it is, okay? You don't fucking need to tell anything. You don't fucking need to pose anything. You don't need to worry about anything, okay? You just move your ass and move your lights around, okay? And change the settings because the show is wow on, okay? That's that's the difference from the moment when you realize that you're doing it with the pro, okay, and then you're doing it with the normal people, okay, and you're getting all annoyed and you're getting all frustrated and you're thinking it's such a simple pose, why the kid cannot do it, why I need to repeat it many times, why I need to show it many times, why she's not doing this and that, why she doesn't feel this way, why did this. You will get, I can tell you, my biggest mistake in all those years of practice is working with normal people, not with models, because normal people can make you frustrated, okay? But because they made me frustrated so many times, I become a better teacher, okay? I just become a better teacher. If I would go at the beginning of my career stage into teaching, you would see me how much I am shouting and how much I'm, this and everything starts nicely. But when you repeat something, more than 10 times to the same person, of course I'm getting upset. Of course. So I will come back to when I really got upset, and but I just want to finish this, okay? Working with celebrities is different, okay? Working with the real models, professional pros is different, okay? It's a work in the park. It's a dream life, okay? And when you see those pictures in glamour magazines or Playboy or whatever, you must know why they are so good, okay? Because the model, the other side, okay, which is in the project, takes responsibility of what they're doing. They know how they look best. They know how to keep their body. They know how to translate the energy. They know how to express themselves. They know how to make that moment. Okay. All you need is to frame. Okay. To put the settings, change the settings, and just shoot. Okay. So that's easy. But unfortunately, you will be probably testing on your wife, on your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, your neighbor, your best friend, and you need to get patience. Okay? Patience. And then I told maybe million times already. I maybe have 20 videos made, but it feels like I told million times already that when you will be shooting model a person, you would need to get into that state that the people have issues, that the people have problems, okay? And the reason why they cannot do certain things or cannot pose this way is because of those limitations, which are physical or psychological, okay? And that is true because I always thought that everyone is like me. Easy to express, easy to follow, easy to do things. No, no. And this thing, what they coming towards, it's a new thing, it's scary, and they fail it. And you know what? You need to embrace this failure and put it into the level which matches at least your comfort, that you are happy with the picture. If you can't make it perfect, just put it to the place when you are happy. Okay, let me tell you two things when I failed as a posing director. Okay, so I slapped the guy into the face. That's the first story. Okay. What happened was that there was one client. I'll tell you the whole story then. She came to have a dating pictures. Okay, and she fancy one guy, and she said, "Well, I fancy one guy, but I want to do the dating pictures." And so we shoot the dating pictures for her. Really sexy, really nice. She was a young girl. In somewhere like, I don't know, 6, 8 months, she is calling me and saying, "Can I book a maternity photo shoot?" And I did not realize that this is for her. And then she told me that actually my boyfriend would like to have a six pack, okay, before, the shoot, okay, and so we need few months for that. And she sent me all these gracious pictures, okay, which a maternity shoot happens in 5, 6 months, okay. And she came to shoot 2 weeks before the due date, right? So she was 38 weeks. Okay. So this gracefulness, elegancy, and how to say, and lightness or whatever, disappeared from the silhouette. And she looked like a rhino female. Okay. Her face was distorted. The nose was big. She was huge. And the same happened to me in the maternity. Okay. So I didn't say anything, but the guy had a six pack. Okay. So they waited that long. And then they expected me to make those pictures, which are they in the maternity week 24. Okay. Which is not possible. And every time I asked her, "Are you okay?" And she was like, "Yeah, you're okay." But I could see that it's heavy, that she's carrying a lot of weight, that, it just was a fucking nightmare. If you take a maternity shoot for the last week, and there are ladies who do not put weight and who still carry on their figure, there are, okay, but I got always the ones which are the complicated and challenging, right? So what happened was with this guy, he was absolutely shocked from the flash, and the flash which I'm using freeze a lot of my clients' faces, and I know that, okay? And I try to distract, and I try to speak, okay? And I try to say many things, and I tried, and I maybe told him 10 times, okay? Can you change? Because when I look at my pictures, I can see that he has the same frozen face, and I already made 120 shots, and every shot is the same, no matter what setting we are, no matter which pose we are, no matter where she is or here or where he's doing the same. Okay, so I came and I slapped the whole face. That's how much I was pissed off. And he was in shock. He was like that. And that moment, I realized what the fuck I did. Okay. And I made it as a joke. And I said, "Oh," I said, "look, your face finally changed." I said, "I told you maybe 100 times. Okay. Relax this, look there, do this, do that. I don't have the whole day to change your face. Now You have a different face. Let's continue in the shoot. So I came out of this situation, okay? But I seriously shouldn't do that, okay? I slapped him. And I remember this. And I slapped him and I remember this. But he did not get offended because I was right, okay? Because I was right. Because I did everything. I told 100 times. I did, okay? There was another thing, when I was not right, and I can tell you, there was a book cover we were shooting with a mature lady, old lady, and the pose design I've created was related with the hands. Okay, so she was naked, and everything was around the hands. Okay, and the hands were relaxed, and the hands were something like against her, like something like that. So she's kind of covering, and we were shooting, and that pose was about the hands. Okay. The reason why I'm telling you is because what you will figure it out and what you will think about the poses if I am teaching you to think outside the box. Yeah. So not necessarily will match the client, not necessarily will suit the client, okay? And the reason why I'm showing you or telling you is because you have to have more than one idea in your pocket, okay? Usually photographer sits the client on the table and they repeat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 poses which are most popular, okay? And that works. But as more you will be introduced to my work, the more you will understand that I do not work this way, that all my lighting options are different. Every picture which I shoot is different. I do not copy. I do not make the same things with anyone. I do not use the same settings on the light, on the post-production level. Okay? I can tell you that makes your life much, much harder. Because when you're editing, every time when you change the lighting, your edits will not look the same at every picture. So your edits will need to change. Okay? That's the tricky part. Okay? Why photographers are shooting on the same light so that they can do the bulk edit, that they can do 50 pictures at once, 100 pictures at once. Okay, that's the trick of it, and this will save time because in reality you're not making art for yourself. Okay, you're not making that picture for yourself, you're making a picture for someone else. And the most productive way is to make it as a volume, okay, not as a unit. And as a volume you will be absolutely fine with adjusting one style, shooting one way, and editing one way, saving yourself time and making money. So that's how money are made, okay? By not making unique shots, by not changing the settings and lights, by not experimenting, okay? The money I made with the franchise, you know that, yeah? McDonald's opened and then it opened everywhere around the world, okay, by the franchise, okay? You can multiply this to many clients. You did one product and you sell it around the world to everyone. But the downside is that everyone will have the same pictures and everyone will look the same. When you go on the website, everyone will look more or less the same because it's the same light. Okay, I call it's a one trick pony. Okay, and there are many people who would like absolutely that, but I believe that we are going away from this style. I believe that we're going into uniqueness, into being individual, into being different, and into having variety. And that's why I'm making this course, because that's who I am and I will teach you how. Okay. So coming back to that person who I was shooting for a book. Okay. her hands, no matter how I would pose and show and how I would advise her and guide her into that pose, didn't look good. Just didn't look good. Okay. And it made me very much frustrated that she cannot fucking do those hands. I was angry. I came to her on the stage. I grabbed those hands and I start bending and saying, why can you do the fingers like that? And I'm saying, why can you do this? And I'm getting like confused. It's like I am so much concentrated on that final image in my head, okay, with a product visualized and ready in the future, that I do not see what's happening in the reality. And in the reality, her hands were damaged by arthritis. I could not see the swollen parts when I was even touching. I did not realize, okay? Only when she told me, it was like, wow. It's like my pink glasses off my face, and I finally see her hand, okay? Okay. So that's thing about me when I'm got into something, okay, into creative mode, or I'm thinking about something, okay, some idea. Like I've been posting yesterday a message, and I was thinking about something else. I knew that I need to send this welcome stay thing, but my mind is creative and it's occupied with a different thing. I think that I am reading and I'm seeing and everything is right, but then in the reality, it is not. When I posted it and I read it, I still read it like my mind showing, okay? But what is my mind showing and what is written in a post was two different things. Only the next day I realized and recognized that, okay? And the reason why I'm telling you is because I grown into the stage when I have to forgive myself, okay? Just forgive myself for those typo errors, okay? Because the biggest picture or the main message was to welcome and make the person, how to say, like we accepting, yeah? That's the message, was that this is the hi and we are accepting you. Didn't mean to insult. If someone will write maybe my name with the typo, I maybe will be insulted, or some of the people will be, okay? But I didn't mean that, right? And so what I'm saying is to you that my art for me is a form of treatment for my mental health, okay? And I used it all my life from the childhood, okay? That's why I am so good at it, okay? I am not normal mind, okay? And I am not normal person. Okay, and you know that there are a lot of people out there who could say that they suffer from many conditions, right? But because they had to conquer these conditions or live with them, adjust themselves to them, it made them even more greater. I have many conditions, very scary. And I went through very scary, times as well, okay? But it made me to realize many things, okay? And the first thing is that art can cure and can help, okay? That's why I am making this course so cheap, because when people will discover how much of a impact it can have in their lives, in their relatives' family lives, the way they will change, in their couples' lives, okay, or in their lives with their children, okay, it will make the whole difference. So the reason why I continue this is not because of the course, it's not because of the money, it's because that there has to be someone out there who will be open-minded, okay, experienced, okay, and will accept different kind of people, where we can discuss sexual issues, okay, sexual problems in terms of personal perspective and in terms of client, okay, so you kind of see yourself, okay, then you see why you attract this type of clients, and you can ask these questions, and also you can ask these questions why this type of artwork, okay, makes an impact on you, why you feel this way about this and why you feel this way about that, why you like maybe porn, why you like explicit pictures, why you like nude black and white, or why you like how to say couples BDSM or whatever you like, okay, because that's where you start. You start from the things you like, and then you start thinking of who you are. When you will realize, slowly by slowly revealing bits and pieces what turns you on, why you enjoy creating this thing, why you not enjoying creating that thing, why you keep delaying of creating that thing, why you scared to experiment, and if you would experiment, what you would do, okay, how to make yourself to make the first step into making erotic art, okay, how to push yourself, how to relate to certain things when you're making, adult content, right? This course will have a lot of people with different things, but it will have a lot of people who you can relate to, okay. I can tell you what is erotic photography for me was like, at first it was a discovery how many people are interested in certain things and what specific things are interested they are, okay? And some people think that only they are very much naughty, okay? That something wrong with them, okay? That only they can want threesome adventure. I'm saying like this is my popular shoot. Come on, there is many people who ask for this. And they were like, yeah, really? I feel much better knowing that, that I want to cook whole fantasy. I thought something is wrong with me. Okay, yes, it is wrong with you, but it doesn't mean that it's not fixable. The moment you will discover, the moment you will go deeper with this, okay, you will know what's happening. Because when we hide, when we not allow ourselves, okay, when we punish ourselves, when we limit ourselves, when we being banned or hiding from someone because we want or like these things, okay, I've created this group to let everyone know that we are all adults and it is time to give ourselves permission to experiment, okay, try new things, okay, feel like we are belong, feel like we matter, feel like everything what relates to your sexuality, it's a development and there is many places and levels to go and to grow into, okay, that there is many things that you can try and they're not all the bad things. I previously told that all these things, what, how to say, paradigms around the world, they're related to religion, they're related to the way family brought you up, they're related to school, they're related to, I don't know, university or whatever, to certain friends. In general, they're related to the place where you were born. Okay? That's why you think of yourself this way. Okay? So I will show you here, okay, that you can choose and you can decide for yourself. Okay? Who you are or who you want to be or what you want to do with your life or where you want to go next. Okay? And what you want to do when it comes to erotic photography. Do you want to create this for yourself? Do you want to create this for someone else? Or do you want to make a business of it? Okay? So, going back to the things where the faults become the strengths. Okay? In general, I've been punished all my childhood for doing faults. I was physically punished, okay? Not just told off, okay? I get beaten every day, okay? Because it was okay in our country, okay? And so when the child grows up like that, he automatically have to be scared to experiment, scared to do anything what is not allowed, scared to, how to say, to be different, scared to stand out, scared to go against all the rules, scared to admit or try something, okay, and in general scared, and it made me a rebel. All this upbringing made me so strong that here I am going into London and doing fucking my thing I like and I want, okay, and it's not approved by anyone, okay, not approved by anyone in my family. Everyone thinking I'm fucking crazy. I shouldn't be having a good job now and being a director in a hospital. That's what I've trained for. I am a biggest letdown. I am a biggest disappointment. I am the biggest, how to say, fault. Okay? So look at me. I know this. But, at the end of the day, I can tell you, I've tried. Okay, I worked in a hospital and I knew that it is a prison for me and that I cannot do this, I cannot fake it. I cannot do something what the others want or be good because of the others. I don't want to serve any for the purpose for my parents, right? Let me put on my computer power is off. I didn't see this, okay? So because it will shut up. Okay, now we're on. So I'm about to finish anyway. So look, it is very important to understand, okay, that this is the time when you have and you are in the group with me, okay? And maybe someone does not approve your ideas or what you are trying to do. Look at me. Okay, look at me. I just told you in this video, by 2021, eroticphotographer.co.uk domain was available to take. No one wanted to take this domain. No one. Okay? Why? Even men has no balls to call themselves erotic photographer. So you better figure out this and you better see for yourself how brave you are about this. Okay? Because if you want to do something like that, you will need balls. Yeah. You will need to grow balls, and this is a perfect place for you. to see how I did it, to follow advice, to move on in the same pace. And you would not see many examples like that, okay, who will start their journey and start recording it, okay, and start inviting people to share it with the journey. Usually what you see is already people getting on the peak of their career, and then they're telling, oh, it wasn't easy, it was hard, to go, on that top and stuff, okay. But you have not seen many of them saying like, oh, I will be like most famous erotic photographer in the world. I mean, I've seen maybe Lady Gaga when she announced young that she will be like Madonna famous. And I was surprised about this announcement. Okay, but I think she proved. Okay, she proved the point, and she is very famous and very respectful. And again, like you understand, people who get to that point, they went through very big challenges. Okay, and that's why I believe that my life and my career is, and my, how to say, place is here, and it took me here. It took me from some village in Lithuania, okay, and I learned this language, and I'm not English, okay. I speak 4 languages, okay, and I love you all to understand how faulty I am. I can't be perfect. I cannot be bothered anymore, okay, to practice my language. It's enough that you understand my energy. It's enough that you understand and follow my intentions. It's enough that you copy what I'm trying to say. It's enough if I give this inspiration, if I give motivation, if I show some examples and some kind of interesting stories for you. It's enough to move on and start to change. It changed me. It changed me completely. This erotic photography is the biggest thing in my life. I would never change for nothing, because it was interesting and I've enjoyed it and I feel like I'm in my place. Do you know how many things I've studied? Oh my gosh. I just think I've invested so much life, and I'm even now studying, okay? The course I'm studying now is 3.5 grand. But that's the very little price. The education which I've gone for, they were like 12, 15 grand, okay? The bigger investments, okay? And so I had for 4 years, 4 times, 4 years. And I'm studying and I'm educating myself constantly, because I believe in investment. I believe that people should invest in themselves, okay? And for me was maybe, how to say, easier when I hear the information, when I hear from the experience, when I not listen from the books or from something. But in general, erotic photography, who can tell you? Okay, the photography itself, I've studied here in England, it's a totally different to something what I'm telling you now. Okay, and the photographers who went there, they would go by the book. Okay, and you would not learn much. You won't, because you need your flavor. You need understanding of who you are, and the personality, especially in erotic photography, matters. That's your uniqueness. That's your the key to everything. And I can tell you, this guy on Instagram posted right at me yesterday a message saying something about picture, saying, oh, I will do it this way and this way, and I would this and add this. And I looked at his pictures and I said, okay, you take a picture, show me how you would do this couple, and then send me. Oh, I maybe offended you by saying what I would do. And I said to him, you know what, 20 years ago, when I just had 2 degrees, 2 higher degrees, I was thinking I'm the cleverest, I was thinking that, I'll just go around and give advices on the left or on the right. Okay, that's how I felt, powerful, right? But now I don't want to give to anyone advice. Okay, I don't want to interrupt anyone in their business. I mind my business and my advice, and I said nothing can make me offended. I am in adult business since 2005. They offended me too many times, you know? And that was funny. I don't really care. The way I express my work and the way I relate to it, it's not anymore related, or I'm like, oh, dependent now. Oh, I posted the wrong post. Oh, I got wrong comments. You just let yourself go and go into that winning stage where you own this, when you believe who you are, okay, that you just got this and there is no other way the life brings you to there. So thank you so much for watching. Love you, kiss you, bye.